Well, welcome back. We're up to the fourth in a series of videos showing how Interact AS is being used by educators to remove communication barriers. Let's just again jump into it here. And so in this particular section, we're talking about text readers. And what do we mean by text readers? The ability for software to be able to voice aloud any sort of text, be it a website, a homework assignment, test questions, a Facebook page, text messages, anything like that, being able to voice that out loud. And so, again, talking with representatives from various user groups, some of the requirements that came back to us. First off and foremost, the voice should sound like a person, not like a robot. My poor impersonation of a robot there. But I'm sure you've all heard that monotone sounding voices where you just don't get the inflections with question marks or exclamation points, anything like that. And so again, having the ability to sound like a person, very important. Another one that came across is the ability to select the gender of the voice, male or female. Definitely situations where people would prefer one or the other. One common example came back for individuals that are hard of hearing that said they are able to understand male voices a little bit easier, that lower pitched voice a little bit easier than the female voice. So the ability to select not only the gender of the voice, but also the cadence of the voice. Maybe there's some sort of text page that you want to read through really fast, just kind of burn through it. And other times, perhaps an individual wants to slow it down to perhaps improve their comprehension. And so that ability to dynamically change the cadence, and we'll show you how to do that with this software. And then the other one that may surprise you a little bit is the ability to support multiple languages. And there were two situations that kept coming through when we were talking to people. One is sort of obvious, I guess, where you have an individual that, say, is a native English speaker and now is learning Mandarin Chinese. And so they may go out and find a website where that text is shown, displayed in traditional Chinese characters, and they simply want that read to them in Mandarin. And so that way they can help with their pronunciation of that particular language. And the other one that may be a little less intuitive is, let's say that you have a student that prefers to hear things in, say, Spanish. And so when you hand out a homework assignment, what I'll show you in the next section is that you can translate that into Spanish, and now this student could have that assignment, even though it was handed out in English, read to him or her in his native language, his or her native language, in this case in Spanish. And so again, all capabilities that are built into this line of products. So let me jump out of the PowerPoint presentation and get back to where we want to focus, which is on demonstrations. And so here again is Interact AS, and what I want to do is grab some text. So we'll go ahead and do that. And in this case, just a short paragraph, but it can be basically any length of text. And I'm going to go ahead and paste that into the reader and have that read out loud to me.
In 1883, the editor of the American Annals of the Deaf wrote, "It is not unreasonable to hope that some instrument will yet be contrived that will transcribe ordinary human utterance. After a wait of 125 years, what was once a dream is now a available product."
And so let's go ahead and change that voice. Let's say that we do want a female voice. So what I'm going to do is go over here and make that happen. And so we'll just replay that back, this time using a female voice. And as it's playing back, I'm going to change the cadence, have it go, let's say, faster, and then have it go slower. And so you'll be able to see that I can do that dynamically. So again, we're going to start out with a female voice, and I'm going to change the cadence dynamically as it's voicing it back to you. Let's go ahead and do that. And here we go.
In 1883, the editor of the American Annals of the Deaf wrote, "It is not unreasonable to hope that some instrument will yet be contrived that will transcribe ordinary human utterance. After a wait of 125 years, what was once a dream is now available product."
And so what you saw there is the ability for me to change the gender of the voice. I can also obviously change the volume of it. In addition to that, change the cadence and do that dynamically. And so as something's being read to me, if I want to slow down a certain portion of it, I can easily do that. And if I want it to speed up, I can do that as well. And so again, let's jump back to the PowerPoint presentation. So what we've done is indeed this ability to, at least in my mind, that does sound like a human, like a person talking. Obviously selecting the genders, selecting the cadence, and in the very next section of video, I will show you the ability to support multiple languages. So that concludes this one. On to the next.